Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another amazing episode of 15 Minutes of Fandom brought to you by the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye Spinach. He's the tranquil dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. And the second quarter, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana. Now they love him in Japan. No cap, the worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And our special guest tonight, speaking of Guyana, is a guy that actually, I think he's either from Guyana or his parents are from Guyana. But either way, he does have Guyanese heritage, the same as your boy, the time zone traveler, the worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. So with that being said, everybody, welcome to the show from good old Brooklyn, New York, Cjay.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
Cjay, thank you very much for taking time out to be on the show. We've been trying to get you for a while. You've been on our radar for a while, and we really and truly do appreciate you. Finally, taking some time off, to shoot the breeze with us about wrestling and so on. And yeah, man, how's everything in your neck of the woods?
Everything is good so far. Just surviving at this point.
Okay. I'm in Brooklyn, so I think that's pretty much everybody, man. Everybody's just surviving, I think you're pretty much done surviving. Even you're done surviving until you're dead, or you leave Brooklyn. You go to New Jersey or down south, or somewhere else that's not New York. But
yeah, that's actually what I did. I'm actually in Jersey now. I left Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. Wow. Cool. What part of Jersey?
I'm in Orange.
Orange, okay. I've heard of there. I'm not too familiar with it, but I've heard of Orange.
Yeah.
But I've been to Rahway. I've been to Metuchen. I've been to what was the place? Oh, I forgot the place where Richfield Park, where We Are Wrestling had their show, their most recent show. And I think that's it. I can't think of any other part. Oh, Voorhees. I went to Voorhees one time. Whew, that was a long trip. I think for that trip, it was 8 years ago. I think I took probably 2 or 3 trains, and 2 or 3 buses. I know it was at least 2 buses, and it was at least 2 trains. And that was a long trip. That was like 4 hours ago. Yeah, that was definitely and it was all to see a wrestling show. It was a WSU, and it was all to see a show. And yeah, that was definitely an adventure I will never forget. Man. Yeah. So I gotta ask you, man, what made you become a fan of professional wrestling?
What made me became a fan of wrestling? To be honest, my grandmother and my mother, pretty much family. So my grandmother watched it. My mom also watched. She still watches it to this day. And then I have cousins who also, watch to this day too. So kind of like in the family.
Okay. Wow. So you're pretty much like a third generation, man, like third generation wrestling fan. Have any of your family members? I beg your pardon?
No, repeat that. Sorry.
No, I was saying you're pretty much like a third generation wrestling fan, man. Yeah. So I gotta ask you, since a lot of people in your family watch it, has anybody ever tried or attempted or thought about commercial wrestling?
Like try to get into the business itself. To my knowledge, no. It would have been nice. I mean, I have like a pretty much a athletic family, but none that I actually know that try to enter the business.
Yeah, that would have been cool to see another Guyanese wrestler in the business. I've been watching for 31 years, and there's only 2 now that I know were actually either from Guyana or have Guyanese descent that are in the
Hmm.
business, and that's Ezekiel Jackson and Kenny King.
Okay.
And it's funny because when I first saw Ezekiel Jackson, I thought he reminded me of another wrestler called Bad News Brown. I saw him on MySpace. And so I was like, when I read his profile, he said he's from Guyana. I'm like, you're from Guyana? Wow. And I texted him, and he's a pretty approachable person. And he messaged me back. And, and then eventually, like 4 years later, at a after party or a launch party for Lillian Garcia's latest album, I saw him there and I got to take a picture with him. I'm like, yo, you from Guyana, Ezekiel? I'm from Guyana too, man. We took a picture together and whatnot. And then that same week, I don't know if it was the day before, the day after, I can't remember. I went to a Ring of Honor show and Kenny King was there. I didn't know he was Guyanese at the time, but Kenny King was there. And we were supposed to hang out, but it was me, him, cause my friend Chris knows him. They
Hmm.
go back. So we were all gonna hang out and whatnot. But something came up and he couldn't make it. So yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Wow, that's good. That's very
Yeah,
good.
man. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for the next Guyanese star, man. Trust me. I'll be like, yo,
Same.
yeah.
Yeah.
S- So yeah, man. So growing up, have you gone to any like professional wrestling events? Any WWE, Impact, AEW? I mean, AEW just came out, but Impact, what's the or any indie events?
So growing up, I actually never been to any event until about my first event was actually NXT Brooklyn 1. That was back in 2015. So pretty much that's when I actually started going. So ever since then, for the past 6 years, I've been going to pretty much, honestly, WWE events because that's pretty much what's been in the area that I know. So, like the latest one I went to was Survivor Series that just passed. So I was there, and yeah, it was pretty cool, pretty cool. But growing up, I know I never really been. I always wanted to though, but I just never did.
That's cool, man. You and I probably crossed paths there and didn't even know it because I was at that Survivor Series that night too.
Oh, okay.
Um, Me personally, I just went to say that I went to a Survivor Series because I've been to WrestleMania and I've been to
Hmm.
SummerSlam, and I was like, okay, I'm two down. Might as well try to knock out the big four. And Survivor Series was it. Next one I'm hoping to go to is a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, same.
That that'll be good. And then I could say like, I mean, anything else is just me wanting to do
Hmm.
it. But once I've seen Royal Rumble, that's it. I could say I've seen all of WWE's main or big time pay-per-views. But I gotta ask you a question. What was,
Hmm.
me personally, Survivor Series, I was like, it is what it is. I mean, I just threw my hands up and. But what was your opinion of Survivor Series this year?
Well, it was kind of like the same like you, but I was just more happy to be there because it was something I always wanted to go to ever since. In my head, I predicted 2 years ago like they would be in Brooklyn some point in time, and I told myself I would go. So when it came, when they announced it, like, am I actually gonna go or not? They say, you know what, let me just go. So I went. So pretty much, yeah, it was okay, but I was just happy to be there. Like, it was one of my bucket list things to go to. I've been to WrestleMania, like how you said. I never actually been to SummerSlam. Royal Rumble is something I hope I do go to, but me going to Survivor Series was good enough for me.
Yeah, yeah, Survivor Series. Survivor Series is pretty good. And now you get to meet so many different fans, and me being a podcast,
Hmm.
owner and podcast host. I like to meet different people and you know just look for more people, network, and look for more people that I can actually have on the show and so on. Because another thing we like to do is interviewing. Another thing we enjoy doing is interviewing fans like yourself. Aside from the many wrestlers that we've interviewed and so on, because at the end of the day, Who makes it all possible? The fans, right?
Yep.
If we say we're not going to support WWE when they come to town, we're going to wait until AEW or Impact or whichever other organization is the top notch thing comes to our show. If we decide if we say that, Vince McMahon and the gang are in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, shareholders, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure those or that board of whatever you call them, they're not gonna pay for all those seats. So the fans can definitely make a show, and you know, a lot of it's in my opinion, it's sad that certain promotions which I will not name drop don't see that, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But hopefully they do see it before it's too late and do further damage to themselves.
Yep. That is true.
Yeah. So I see your hoodie. Are you a deadly? I see that. Is that a Becky Lynch hoodie I see?
Yeah, yeah, yes, it is. It is
Oh
actually.
man,
Cause
Kathy would
yeah,
have liked it. You and Kat. Oh, yeah, Rob. I think it's either a good thing that Kathy's. It's either a good thing Kathy's not here, or a bad thing that Kathy's not here because you and her would have became great friends. She is a huge Becky Lynch fan, and there's the whole Deadly Squad that they have and
oh wow.
whatnot. Yeah,
Yeah, I've been a fan of hers since honestly since she debuted in NXT. So, that whole dancing Irish thing she did until now, like I've been a fan since then.
wow.
Yeah.
I would like to meet a Becky Lynch fan that was watching her since her indie days, like since the days of Shimmer. When
Hmm.
I think her name was Rebecca Quinn or Rebecca
Yeah. Rebecca Quinn.
something like that. But I would like to meet a fan like that. That's when you know that's a hardcore fan.
Hmm.
And the, and the
Yeah, it would be
most
nice.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying it would be nice
Yeah,
to
the
come.
most the,
Sorry about the noise in the background. Just some type of car outside. If you can hear that.
it's okay. Sometimes my parents play music downstairs and I can't tell them nothing because it's their house. So trust me, I know how
Oh.
it is. But yeah, but I just got one last thing. You said something that was like that really made me reach out to like, yo, I got to get this guy on my show. This guy said something that I've probably been preaching for the last, or probably as long as we've had this podcast, which is 2 years. And you had a question that said, is being a wrestling fan about enjoying the shows or more about being popular? And I gotta say, I was like, I sat down and I was like, this guy actually gets it. Like he's because I see a lot of these wrestling fans that think like they're more over than wrestlers. I'm like, no, you're not.
Hmm.
You know. So what's your thoughts on that, man? I mean,
So I'm glad you asked me that. So the reason why I put that because I see a lot of people, I guess, clout chasing certain things about the business, and it kind of like I feel like it ruins the industry as a whole because I know people that they'll put stuff out there to get pretty much to get noticed. Like they want to be noticed by other bigger podcasts or certain people in wrestling. So they'll put stuff out there to just to be noticed. But then you have other people who are actually fans and just want to enjoy the product and not actually deal with the mess that's out there. So it just it's hard to tell sometimes who are the I don't want to say good guys and bad guys, but it's just kind of difficult now to like really follow it because you have a lot of people who really don't really care about the business. They just want to be popular pretty much, in my opinion.
and that's why and that thing. Honestly, I'm not hating on anybody's success, and I'm not putting you on the spot with this question, but I've sat down and I've watched that. And I've watched how some of these people act like they're more over than wrestlers or because they have a certain amount of followers and that
Hmm.
they think they're better than anybody or cooler than anybody. And I'm like, why? And in my opinion, I'm like, okay, if you think if that's your mode of thinking, Why not just and get into the business? Join
Yep.
a wrestling school, become a wrestler, you know, or become a referee like Rob is doing. Rob
Oh,
here's a referee,
nice.
and Rob loves the business, but he's not clout chasing. He actually, yeah, there's his plaque. There's his
Nice.
plaque. And
Nice.
he was like, he started off where, and it's funny because, and Rob, I gotta trust me, I'm gonna make that interview with you happen soon, man. Trust me, you're not getting away. You're gonna get your picture with that Ringside Society logo up right above your head too. So don't think you're getting away either. But this guy came, asked us if we need help with our podcast. No cloud chasing whatsoever. Eventually, we got him on because one guy we had left, so he took that he filled that spot, and then like he starts going to these shows just as a fan, just easy. Starts, um, eventually saying, "Hey, if you guys need help, disassembling or assembling the ring or organizing the chairs, I'm there." Right? He did that. Chill as whatever, chill as ever, humble as ever. Next thing you know, eventually, I don't know if he intended to join, but I think they kind of coaxed him into like, say, hey, come down, take a few bumps, and if you like it, we'll let you in. And lo and behold, now the guy's a referee. No cloud
Nice.
chasing whatsoever. I still
Well,
have yet to see that one person that's cloud chasing actually
mm-hmm.
do what this man did.
Well,
That
that's
is a
really
wrestling fan.
that's hustle.
Yeah, no cloud chasing, and you
Yes.
got all these people, and I'm like, okay, well, why don't you just join the business?
Mm-hmm.
Go be a wrestler, go be a ref. Or you want to take bumps? Okay, how good is your voice? Go be a ring announcer. Go be a manager. I mean, if you could take bumps, or you
Yeah.
can't take bumps, go do commentary. How's your journalism? Go do commentary. You know, like there are so many avenues that people can get in, and they just choose. And the way they do it is like ridiculous. Like, no, just there's if you want to be if you want that attention so badly, go join. Like real talk. You know, and folks, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. You see, Rob probably won't admit it, but I'm gonna big him up, man. Be like Rob. Do what Rob did. For those of you fans that want so much attention on you, be like Rob. Rob didn't do it for attention. Rob did it because he loves the game. Be like Rob though. Go to your local shows, attend it. Sponsor them sponsor them if that's open to you. Offer to assemble the chairs and help with the ring. Offer to take down the ring and the chairs. Go to your wrestling school. See how you could get in. Don't all this cloud chasing? It's not cool. And don't get me wrong. We appreciate our fellow fans, but at the same time, there's some of y'all that need to get y'all self in check. CJ, that I'm just rambling here, but that was a great point you brought up, man. So I'm gonna say that one time for y'all minds out there, man. I don't care if y'all get upset, but y'all know me. I'll call people out on certain things, and this is one of them. You know, be like Rob. You won't go wrong. But I'm gonna turn it over to Rob. I know Rob asked some questions, so Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Remy. So what's going on, CJ, man? How's everything going today?
Hey, everything is good so far. Everything's really good.
That's good, man. Did you have a good Christmas weekend, holiday weekend, man?
I did. It's pretty smooth.
Oh, that's cool. That's good, man. You get anything cool, man? Anything, any WWE related merch? Did you get the
No.
sweatshirt for Christmas?
Well, my father actually brought me some Iron Man pajama pants.
Ooh,
I don't know why, but I enjoy it.
yeah. Are you into the Marvel MCU?
I actually am. So I'm actually currently rewatching the whole universe.
Mm. Are you going order they released or chronological order,
The
like Captain
chronological
Marvel
order.
or no Captain America one, then Captain Marvel,
Yeah,
like Iron Man?
like the order that the timeline.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that last year when we first entered the pandemic and we're locked down and stuff. I was like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch all the Marvel movies in order. I went online, found the
Hmm.
list, and was like, all right, Captain America first, then Captain Marvel, and then blah blah blah. And that's what I
Exactly what I'm doing.
did. Yeah, I actually just finished Hawkeye like last week or whatever, last episode. It was actually I enjoyed it. I like the Hawkeye show. I haven't seen Spider-Man yet, man. I want to. I'll eventually see it because I heard it's
Same,
awesome.
same.
Yeah. Other than that, I'll be called up. Yeah, so I'll be ready for Doctor Strange and all that when it comes out.
That's
I'm
dope.
actually waiting for Blade, man, because I always love Blade, man. Wesley Snipes is the man. I hope Wesley gets a cameo in there, even just something.
Yeah, some type of appearance in a movie. Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, man, yeah, we got like it's almost January, New Year's coming up, so that always means a Royal Rumble, man. So, do you have any thoughts on the Royal Rumble? It might be about, yeah, I don't know, a month away. Do you have any, maybe early predictions, like, maybe what's going to
Oh
happen, or
God, predictions. Uh, I don't even know. I mean, I would like Sasha Banks to win the women's, but for the men's, I don't even know honestly. I don't know where I even start for the men's. Yeah, I'm not even sure.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, I was thinking when I was saying, I was like, man, it might be a little too early for predictions and stuff and all, but I mean, I've seen WWE try and hype up a pay-per-view with just only a week before
Hmm.
the product and stuff. So like, okay, I guess whatever. So who are your favorites growing up, man? And who are your favorites now that you root for? Are they like kind of still the same?
So growing up actually was Taker, um, The Rock, Stone Cold, Goldberg, Chris Jericho. So like for now, right now is Randy, AJ Styles is like has been my favorite for a long time. Bianca Belair, you know, Sasha Banks, just to name a few.
Yeah, yeah, man. There's a lot of talent stuff, man. Yeah, there's a lot of people I like, man. I can never narrow it down to like one or two. It's like, depending on the day when you ask me,
Hmm.
I'll give you
Exactly.
this person.
It's hard to pinpoint one person.
Yeah, that's just like I enjoy all of it, man. I like watching them go, man. They
Yeah.
tear it up. Now, funny, I have a funny Undertaker story from when I was a kid, man. Uh, when I was a kid, I was like sixth grade. They came down here to where my local high school is, had a little house show, and it was at the time Bret Hart and Bob Backlund were feuding with each other, for the belt. So
Hmm.
whatever year that was, 93, 94, somewhere like that. And Undertaker fought Diesel, Kevin Nash in a casket match, right? So they fought in the casket match. Undertaker won, of course, and all of us kids were like, "Yo, let's go out back and try to see if we can catch the Undertaker, leaving or something, to catch it, So we all ran outside, went out there parking lot, and him and Paul Bearer come walking out, their rental cars, whatever, and they're like arguing who had the last of the vodka. They're like, "No, I didn't have it. It was you. I left it with you. Your bag." No, no, no. It's like that's why he feels no pain. All right, cool. Yeah, that's the secret right there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's what he's got in that urn. It ain't no powers, man. He's got that in there. All right, cool.
Hmm.
So being up there, man, Jersey, New York area, man, do you go to a lot of indie shows?
Surprisingly, honestly, I've never been. I
Hmm.
have a coworker who always tells me about them because he lives in some part of Jersey. I'm not sure, but he always goes to indie shows. But I never. He always tells me after the fact after the fact that he goes and he tells me after. So you could have told me this before. I could have went, but yeah, I never was able to catch one. I do want to though. I just haven't been.
That's cool. Yeah. What they got up there? GCW or something? With like
Yeah,
Nick Gage and all
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know they have shows up there. What's it, Morgantown, Morganville, somewhere up there. I know they have some stuff up there, man. Because they have like a rest seminar I'm trying to go up to in March, something up there. So you can check that out. Now, I do want to ask, man, speaking of wrestling stuff, man, did you hear about that story of that dude Hannibal cutting that ref up during the match or whatever, after the match?
I did not.
Yeah, apparently they had a thing going, a ref, a little thing after the match, the ref was going, cut himself where bleed a little bit. But the guy took a spike just started stabbing him in his head. Just like yeah. And then the ref, nicked the artery, and now he's got like, all these stitches and cuts all up in his head and all. Man, had to go to the hospital. Like almost lost blood. Like
It reminds me of the Eddie Guerrero incident when he did it to himself. I don't know if you remember, but I guess he cut himself and he cut too deep and he couldn't stop the blood from flowing out.
Was that the oh man, was that the JBL match? It was
I
one of
don't
them.
remember. I know it was an
One of
episode
them
of
was bleeding real
SmackDown.
bad. Might have been JBL bleeding real bad.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, but yeah, I can picture. I remember that. I can see Eddie's face just red. I can see that. But I can't remember where it was at. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's the yeah. Woo. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, man, what you thought about that, man? 'Cause, yeah, I was like, man, if anybody sees me getting cut or whatever, man, they're doing that to me. I didn't agree to it. Come save me.
Yeah,
Come save me. I ain't trying to do all that. So, are you ready for Raw tonight?
I am.
You think anything you think's gonna happen? Maybe they something for Royal Rumble, I guess. Maybe advance. Maybe a title match or something coming up.
Well, first you have to see who shows up on Raw tonight because there's a whole thing going on.
Oh yeah, that's
But,
right. Yeah.
this stuff that's going on in the world. So you have to see who shows up first. I don't know. I just have to. I'm just gonna watch and see what happens at this point.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm probably same here. I keep forgetting, man. I asked that, and I'm like, oh yeah, the Omicron's spreading real bad. And
Yeah.
everybody's got. I'm like, oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting. I'm all sheltered. So, man, I do gotta ask though. You say you're into Marvel MCU. Are there any good shows you're into or movies you're watching right now?
Well, I guess I'm still watching the MCU. I'm actually up to the next one is actually Civil War.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna watch that next. I'm gonna start. I watched WandaVision. I watched Loki, and I watched why am I forgetting one? Falcon and Winter Soldier. I watched those three. I'm gonna start watching Hawkeye probably soon. But yeah, those are pretty much like what I'm watching now. Just like the MCU stuff at the moment.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm actually watching Dexter. I missed last night's episode, so I don't know if you ever heard of that show.
I have.
It's real good. This season they're bringing it back or whatever. So probably after this episode or after wrestling night, I'm gonna watch it. Catch up on it.
I hope you enjoy.
Oh man, I hope so too, man. I hope it's good. Yeah, man. So you haven't gone to many indie shows, man. Do you watch any on? Do you watch IWTV or any of that stuff?
No, I don't even have all that time to even watch like the main shows, honestly, because usually it takes me so long to even be on this show here because I'm in school and that takes up most of my time. It's Monday to Thursday. I go at night, so by the time I come home, it's like 12 o'clock. So even like a perfect example, last week I missed all of AEW last week, so I have to catch up on that. But from time to time I do watch New Japan and Impact when I can't catch it, and I watched was it Ring of Honor Final Battle? I watched that Saturday when it came on. But yeah, it's just so hard for me to catch certain shows because of just my schedule.
Oh yeah, that school, man, it'll do it to you, man. Man, I couldn't do the schooling, man. I barely got out of elementary school, man. So, man, if you can do the schooling thing, well, yeah, good job, man. Because I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't go to college.
Thank you.
I remember I was like, yeah, college would be cool. I just study, I could be like Indiana Jones. So they're like, oh, you got to take algebra and calculus. I'm like, man, I'm good. Yeah, I can barely. I can count money. That's it. So that's all I need. That's the only math I need to know.
Yeah, that's a good skill to have.
Yeah, you start throwing alphabets in with the numbers, man. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, and then adding pies and stuff like that. I'm like, oh Lord, man. I got subtractive pies and Oh man, yeah, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, that's cool. So I do want to say, yeah, before I pass it on back to Remy, man, I want to say, thank you for, taking time out of your schedule, come on, chat with us, man. I definitely had a blast. Yeah, I hope, I wish nothing but, the positive things for you and your family to happen, man. I hope you kick butt in school. I hope all of it, yeah, I hope nothing but the best happens for you and all, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're on mute.
Hmm.
Sorry, I had some technical difficulties there. But yeah, CJ, thank you very much, man. We know we were trying to make this happen for months. Glad we could finally do it. Glad to have a fellow Guyanese brother on here. Big up GT Massive, you know what I'm saying? We do down there,
Yeah.
Bonnie. Hey,
Hmm.
did your parents make cook up the are they making cook up this time? Did they make pep pot for Christmas?
My father has some cook up rice. That's
Okay.
pretty much about it.
So here's a bit of Guyanese culture for those of y'all wondering what cook up rice is. Cook up rice is actually rice and black
Hmm.
eyed peas to be specific,
Yes.
with beef, and it's made with coconut milk. I know it sounds weird, coconut milk, but yeah, it tastes really good. And it's made with beef and black eyed peas and rice, and the rice looks brown, like the color brown, but it tastes really good. And some people put
You had me
chicken,
at
but
Black Eyed
some
Peas,
people,
man.
yeah, or some people put like pork, which in just give me beef. I don't need no chicken. I'll take some chicken. Some people put shrimp in it for those that are pescatarians, but and for those that are vegetarian, they don't put any meat at all. But yeah, it's a really delicious dish. And if you guys ever get a chance, try it out. Try out all the Guyanese food. Try out roti and
Hmm.
curry. That's like a tortilla with curry in it. Try out some pepper pot. It's like a really dark stew. I know it looks dark, but it has beef in it. Try it with some homemade bread, and trust me, try out our food. You trust me, you will flip out about it. You will be like, "Wow, can't
Yes.
believe I'm getting hungry right now thinking about this." But yeah. So CJ, before we actually shut down the show, where can fans find you on social media?
Well,
When they
my
want to talk
Twitter.
wrestling, Becky Lynch, all that, all stuff, Guyana, everything, man.
So my I always forget my tag on Twitter because I changed it recently. So it's so on Twitter is RKO_CJAY, and on Instagram is RKOCJAY1.
Awesome, that's cool. So I'll definitely make sure you follow this man. He's really cool. He's from my country, so obviously he's cool. You know what I'm saying? We Guyanese, we pretty chill and whatnot. Hopefully I can have you back on here. There's another Guyanese woman. I don't know if you met her. Well, she's half Guyanese, half Dominican, by the name of Carissa. I think she's on some wrestling website now or whatever. She writes for them or does something for them. But I'm gonna try to get her on there too. But
Okay.
yeah, so hopefully I can get both of y'all back on here, make it a big time GT massive thing, and all that good stuff. Confuse Rob, like, what are they saying? And like, we talking our little Guyanese, and it's funny because we speak English, but it's the kind of English that nobody could understand. You'd be like, "Hey, we're going on about all things," and
Hmm.
people be like, "What is he saying?" Like, it's English, but like,
Yes,
no,
it's
that's not
English.
English. Yeah, but it's English, man. What are we talking about? You know? Yeah, man. Anyways, we about to shut this down because Raw's about to come on and my belly's getting a little, rumbly. So I'm gonna go get me some dinner before Raw comes on. But with that being said, Rob Bass, everybody's favorite referee in Delaware. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, find out when your next appearance is, purchase Rob Bass merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
All right, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at Rob_base82, and then Facebook, YouTube, Rob Base.
Cool. And if you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything interesting or cool to say, but who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky. You can find me on Twitter at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue. Speaking of Facebook, we also have a group called Ringside Society on there as well. We're also on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society. We're also on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. And we're also on Spotify where you can listen to our first two seasons and pretty soon the whole of season three. And we also have and I have a feeling I'm forgetting something else, but it is what it is. We also have a we also have a Teespring website. Yes, we actually sell official Ringside Society merch. So definitely go over there, cop some merchandise. We have a lot of cool stuff there. We have hoodies. We just gave away 4 hoodies recently. We have shirts. We have tank tops for the summer. We have long sleeve shirts. We have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage. So definitely, purchase some Ringside Society merchandise. All proceeds go back into keeping this show afloat. It does not go into our pockets. And also, we have a YouTube channel, yes, which is where we actually stream episodes like this and many others. So make sure you follow us on YouTube. Check us out. Type in Ringside Society. When you see that sweet OMG dark blue and light blue yin yang sign with the blue flames around it, that's us. So definitely go ahead and you know subscribe to all our videos because we have a lot of cool videos coming up and a lot more interesting fans like Cjay here and pretty and whatnot. So definitely check us out. You trust me, I'm not capping. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. As a matter of fact, we recently had our first ever non-English speaking guest. Yes, she spoke no English whatsoever, well, barely spoke any English, and we made an interview with her happen. Not because we're clout chasing, but because we want everybody to get a chance to tell their story, regardless of whether you speak English or not. If you don't speak English, that doesn't mean we don't want to hear from you. That's unfair. We don't do that. We want to hear from you. We'll make a translation happen. So definitely check us out. Hey Kathy, how you doing? We missed you. You missed out, Kathy. You got a Becky Lynch fan here. Hopefully, we'll have him back on soon for one of our prediction shows, and y'all get to talk about Becky Lynch and how great she is and whatnot. So, but anyways, with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in tonight live. We really and truly appreciate it. To those of y'all that are going to listen to us later on via our platforms, thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we would just go away, stop what we're doing, all that good stuff. Well, like myself at a Golden Corral and Rob Bass at a taco festival, we ain't going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. So with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we here at Ringside Society are very well and aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hey, yo, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for my fellow Guyanese countryman, GT Massive. Boop, boop, boop. Cjay. What going on, Bono?
Nothing much. Just here.
What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And we will be back this Thursday. As a matter of fact, I think we have a show on Wednesday. We might, I don't know. But we will be definitely back this Thursday with another impressive episode, with another impressive guest. But until then, we're still going through a pandemic. Now we got Omicron. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.